What it do, everybody? It's your boy Johnny B. We on JBTV. I got a very special guest in the building, man. We got the rapper, promoter, businessman, and just, all-time legend in the city, man. We got my boy Sport Rotten in the building, man. What's going on with you?
What's going on, Jay, man? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm all good. I'm happy to have you today, man. Bless me with your time.
For sure, for sure.
Real quick before we hop into your story, I just want to ask you, with the Super Bowl going on right now and stuff like that, what's your predictions on that? And I know you be hitting up the football games. Is the Super Bowl, you going to attend the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, definitely be out there Friday. Well, I'll be in Vegas Friday to Sunday, but to Monday. But listen, everybody was rooting with Lamar. We was riding with Lamar. Lamar ain't pulled it off. Let's just say ain't nobody for the beat Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see Patrick Mahomes with another chip. What's this? 5 years, 5 bowls, four
out of 5. Yep.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's right there. That's some LeBron. That's some GOAT type stuff. You getting there too, most definitely. He ain't for to beat him. Not Purdy, anyway. Yeah. Purdy can't.
No, I don't think so either.
Somebody else, I'll probably be like, yeah, they probably got it, but nah.
Hell yeah, I'm with you on that. And I sort of was too disappointed in Lamar and them dropping that, but it is what it is. Mahomes, that's pure greatness. So at the end of the day, it is what it is.
But it wasn't all on Lamar.
No, it wasn't all on Lamar. It was a lot of bonehead mistakes. We can get into that one day, but it most definitely was a lot of mistakes on that. So, we got you in now. I want to get into your story a little bit. I want to start from the beginning. You from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
For sure.
Just tell me about like how it was growing up, just family-wise, and the values you grew up on.
Well, I definitely grew up family-orientated. Pops, moms, I had both. You know what I mean? I felt the love, you know what I mean? But I felt the struggle as well, like, you know what I mean? Like, just because you got both parents and they both working don't mean you get everything, you know what I mean?
That's facts.
Nigga watched a lot of TV, you know what I mean? So TV expecting you expected more, but we was blessed, you feel me? I ain't want for shit.
Okay. Well, what area did y'all like grow up in? Was it?
I was born and raised on the East. I was born on Martin Luther King and Ring above that liquor store.
Oh, okay, yep. I know exactly what that.
I was born there. Not literally there, but that's it. And we moved from there. I moved to 47th and Center. I think I stayed over there. No, I moved to 33rd and Center after there. I think I did kindergarten over there. Moved to 47th and Center. I did K5 to like first or whatever, 2nd grade. I think that's when we moved on 7th Street.
Oh, okay.
And I finished up at Green Bay as far as elementary school and did the rest of it down that way. But yeah, we ain't never left the side of Milwaukee.
Yeah, so also
low end.
Yeah, so mostly you was basically in that area where you grew up, where you started at.
For sure.
Okay, so before we get to that too, just tell me a little bit. What was you interested in growing up? Like, who was spoiled back then before you became spoiled?
I always was into the shit the girls liked. Flipping. I was acrobatic. Love swimming type shit. And rapping, making motherfucker love Michael Jackson and shit like that. Motherfucker wanted to be.
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask you what
basketball, but what the girls was like, and the shit that was cool. I was into the cool shit. You know what I mean? I really didn't get into the other shit that really meant something until I was older. Like, I should have been on this a long time ago, but I was really into the cool, so-called cool shit.
Okay. So, all right, rapping wise, what would you say was like the first rapper that inspired you to maybe, to get into that? Not even like, be a rapper, but just the interest.
I can't remember his name.
Oh, okay.
But it was when I stayed on 47th and Center. It was this one dude, and I heard him rap, and he was nice, like nice. I'm like, damn, he sound like the shit that I be hearing, like. Yeah. And I was like, how, show me how you put them words together like that. And he actually showed me how to rap, doing a little freestyle or whatever. And he showed me how to write it down and all that. And I could say I probably wrote my first rap, first grade. Like, on some real shit. Like,
yeah, so real early then.
Yeah, maybe third grade. No cap. Yeah, maybe third grade. But my first rap was real early. It was real early.
Okay, yeah. Oh, so that's interesting because I sure would think like, say somebody that's popular, you know what I'm saying? So that's somebody in your neighborhood. That's where you really caught on to it first.
I think the first rappers that I paid attention to was like Run DMC. You know what I mean? And then it went off into the K Solos and the Kwames, and I like the niggas that was different. You know what I mean? So
yeah, most definitely. Okay. So all right, in Milwaukee, growing up, you like going into high school. How is like the '90s and what's going on? Like how is Milwaukee around that time? What's the atmosphere like?
I'ma say everything that's going on now, I'ma say it was going on then. It was more gangbangish. You know what I mean? Like it was segregated.
Okay.
You choose sides back then. Yeah. You know what I mean? You really had to choose a side back then, and the killing was going on. You know what I mean? Because it was traumatizing, like back then. Like damn, because you really seeing it going into high school and middle school. You really seeing that. So it was different then. You know what I mean? But it was the same. It was the same. It was two turn then, like it's two turn now. It was turn.
So was it any like personal like moments you went through like in middle school, high school, that like something that really affected you, maybe losing somebody or just seeing something?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Man, what?
Yeah.
What? Down there? No, it was different. In our neighborhood, like as far as some PTSD shit, some shit that like haunted me as a shorty, like when I saw my one guy get killed. You know what I mean? And he was right next to me type shit. And when he got shot, he had got shot in the mouth. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he turned to me, you know what I mean? For help. He's throwing up blood. I'm scared, as a shorty. So he running after me. I'm running from him. He collapsed, you know what I mean, in the back of the yard. And I'll never forget that type of shit. And I was going to school every day still. And niggas scared, like it's just that thought, like damn, these niggas gonna come to the school. It was just like, you know what I mean? You see some killing shit like that, you like damn, motherfuckers on some real killer shit. You know what I mean? So it was different then, but it was real traumatizing because it was common. Like we saw it a lot. You know what I mean? So
especially nowadays, how like mental health, I was gonna get into this a little later, but we can get into it right now, like how mental health is. It's a big topic right now. Is that something like you can, back then could you go to somebody and talk about that?
No.
Yeah, like how did you deal with that then?
Back in the days, I think it was more of like what they call either you the soft man or the manly man, because it wasn't no talk about that shit.
Yeah.
Thanks. You know what I mean? It was get over that shit. You know what I mean? It wasn't no my mental health. No.
Yeah.
That was it was real, but it wasn't an excuse then. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Okay.
So you know what I mean? Like we didn't have that to bail us out of shit. Because a lot of people get bailed out of shit with the mental health excuse. Yeah. But we didn't have that to lean on. So
do you feel at times that's overused too? Because in that situation, that's a traumatic situation. Yeah. But like, people may go through somewhat less, and I ain't trying to, everybody deal with trauma and stuff differently. Yeah. But do you feel like it's overused now and people use that as an excuse, mental health?
Yeah, hell yeah. I think it's some people that really going through, and then it's some people that's aware of what the fuck going on. And if you're aware, then that ain't mental health. That's some choice type shit. You know what I mean? Like if you're aware, you can always fix it. But if you ain't aware, you like, damn, what is causing this in my life? And and you just can't get, like pinpoint it, then I can accept the fact that you be going through some shit. Mm-hmm. But if you know exactly what it was and what it is, and you not trying to help it yourself, you just using it as an excuse. Mm-hmm. I don't respect that type of shit. No, yeah. And there's a lot of people do that shit now.
It's big right now.
Yeah,
and it's hard to sort of weave out, what's real and not.
That's one of them. That's one of them things that made it easier, to get away with shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, let's say, okay, so back in the day, coming up in the 90s, let's just say how fast it was and easy it was to get a felony charge. You know what I mean? Yep. As of now, it's, I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I mean? The same shit we was going to jail for, petty shit, is now frowned upon by the police. So it's just evolution, but it's crazy how this shit work. You know what I mean? Like damn, we can't get no do over. Like facts. But that's.
And I bet that's like, because of course I sort of caught it, but like it's like you said, I'm in that generation where it's sort of like I caught when it was bad, but then as I got older, it got to easing up for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, how do you look at that? You know what I'm saying? It's stuff that you done got probably sweated for, you know what I'm saying? Whole jams that you've been in, and now you looking at it and people making pure profit off stuff that, you know what I'm saying? So you feel like, things like that, you feel like y'all need to get looked at, background where things need to get cleared out, like as far as people's names and stuff.
It's always a way to right your wrongs, and you know what I mean. Like it's with time comes forgiveness. So I mean, like it ain't shit for somebody to go get their record expunged for that type of shit. It wasn't no heinous crimes and shit being committed. It was all bullshit. But at the end of the day, it was real easy to catch a charge. Yeah. You know what I mean? Versus now. Like that shit frowned upon, like whether it's weed or whether it's loitering. A lot of niggas is felons for loitering.
See, that's what I didn't even know. Okay,
it's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Right. Loitering in a drug zone, that's crazy. Yeah. Get caught up by the jump out boys, and somebody else got a pack. Now we all go down.
Yeah,
it was easy back then to get into the system. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I see what you mean.
And now, like. It's evolution, but I can't say that it was good evolution because it made shit softer. Like everything's soft, like especially men. Like men soft. Like we need to recognize that the world has softened up, and we were the focus of it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we the focus of it. Like everything that we do, it has been softened up, unless it's something that everyone would not be looked at the same way. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean. Yep.
So I mean, it's different now. It's different.
Most definitely. Now I got your perspective on that. Real quick, where you get the name Spoiled Rotten? Where did that come from?
I used to go by the rap name Chaos.
Okay.
And I used to rap, against the nigga Chaos. And like, damn, can't go by Chaos no more, you know what I mean? And Shamrock, he named me Spoiled Rotten. Okay. And I was like, I got it because we used to go shopping a lot. And I ain't had no money. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm going in there and I'm getting the Pelly. I want the Pelly. I want the whole guest suit. And I want the Havana Joes. And they gonna buy it for me, but that's where the name Spoiled Rotten came from. Because I was just on some had to have it type shit. And bro then bought it.
Facts. Yeah, I always wondered that for sure.
Yeah. So,
all right, coming up, especially like we from the same neighborhood.
For sure.
Just with me always knowing you, I know, like my first thought of you, my first instance, you was coming through with them box Chevys. You used to come through shaking my crib windows and stuff like that. Tell me a little bit about, that era, the box Chevy era, and like, how you was doing your thing back then.
Those were the days. No, that's young nigga dreams. It's what the niggas that's, should I say, fresh now, because it seems like they don't spend their money like we did. You know, we spent our money on cars and shit.
Yeah.
They be fresh.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So them niggas wearing their clothes, they wearing their cars. You know what I mean? And they jewelry. We wasn't really into the jewelry like that. We'd go buy some jewelry they already got made. A lot of niggas wasn't into the custom. It was a lot of niggas wearing custom, but now everyone got custom jewelry. You know what I mean? Whether they shit fake or real, but it's custom.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just a different time, a different way of flexing. You know what I mean? That's how you showed your I guess, what would it be? Your hood status, your rich broke. You know what I mean? Type shit. Like we straight. We ain't rich. We ain't broke.
Yeah. That's real shit. Okay, yeah, too. So this is a question for you, like, you know, when I first heard of you around that time, you know, your name just buzzing through the city, and I'm younger. So, like, how is that for you? Did you face, like, you know, any kind of jealousy, envy around that time? You doing your thing, and you always seem just like the, you know, a laid back person, not the get into too. With the streets comes the streets. You know what I mean? So you can't expect everybody to love you. You know what I mean? Like, just as many motherfuckers love you, it's gonna be two times that don't like you. You know what I mean? And not don't know what for. Yeah.
You know, you ever seen somebody and didn't like them, and you didn't know them? Like, I don't really like that nigga. You know what I mean? But then you finally met him, and you was like, damn, he ain't all that bad. That's real. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And a lot of people, you know, we are taught racism. So we racist against our own people. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So it's just, until you know somebody, you have no reason to hate them. Like, look, I'm going to get to know you before I just like you.
Yeah.
Even if I don't like your ass out the gate, I got to keep in my mind that I don't really know this man. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you right on that. You most definitely got to check for yourself. Because, like, you right on that. It's probably been times when I heard, especially, you know what I'm saying, in our neighborhood, block to block, you hear a lot of, you know, conversation about this person until you go
and then
meet that person.
Like, damn.
Speak with that person.
But like I said, everybody don't get John I get. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that you somebody else, but I'm saying, like, look, peep. Okay, so I know you. And all my life knowing you, you've been a cool dude, you know what I mean? You handled your business, and I knew you from the neighborhood, and you used to hoot with us. Yep. And at home, you could be John that beat his bitch up. You feel me? You feel me? John that be drunk. We don't know. Facts. You know what I mean? So everybody don't get the same, you know what I mean? You don't know. Because a motherfucker can be a complete dickhead. Yeah. But around you, like, damn, dude, how you a player? What? Yeah. That ain't, not him. I know. But exactly, you don't get the same character. You know what I mean? Some people know how to turn that shit on and off. So yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's real, man. Bet. For real. Hell yeah. And you got to be aware of that. Yeah, you do got to be aware. Yeah, turn it on. Yeah. It's like when. She hate when I say this, but the white people voice. You know, you know what I mean? I know exactly what you mean. Is it talking proper or is it the white people voice? You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. Hell yeah. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I like that. So all right, so let's get back into your music a little bit. When did you start recording? What was when did you start getting like your first mixtapes? Stuff like that. When did that come into play? My first mixtapes. And was your first mixtape, was that Moet and Cookies? Was that your first mixtape? Far from it. Far from it. All right, let's go back. My first mixtape was recorded on a boombox. Oh, okay. Me and Baby John. We used to record songs, you know, take the tape, cover up one side. We recording over LL Cool J CDs. You know, all we need is an instrumental CD. Yeah. I mean tape, and a tape to record. Excuse me. And we recorded numerous songs. You know what I mean? And if you was around us, you heard these songs. You know what I mean? And I get with certain people in the neighborhood that knew how to rap. Like back in the days, you probably don't know it, but Ray rapped. You know what I mean?
Okay, yep. On Fifth Street, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nope, I didn't know that.
And me and Ray, we used to go and cypher with niggas and all type of shit. He took it serious at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Didn't know that. No.
Yeah. And when I was rapping with Ray, not gonna lie, he had me rapping like when I started, like on some hip hop, lyrical miracle shit. You know what I mean? Because he was into that. You know what I mean? And I couldn't get away from the gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like the gangster rap. I was a fan of hardcore lyrics. Probably because we in the ghetto, but
most definitely. Yeah. And I'm not sure. I'm a fan of the same. I like both, but I most definitely like just some hardcore shit for sure.
Yeah.
You can sort of relate to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. When did you start getting in tune? When did you get in tune with the Milwaukee producer Doc Holliday? When did that come around?
I met Doc in jail.
Okay.
And nigga was taxing me. But he embraced me because he liked my music. You know what I mean? And we had a great chemistry together. And me and Doc, we was like, you know what I mean? Clyde and Carl, not Bonnie and Clyde. It was Clyde and Carl. That was my, you know what I mean? Like that was my go-to. Like, a lot of niggas didn't fuck with Doc like that on the production side as much as far as letting him do whole projects. And me and Doc just did so much music. It's like Doc could find the tempo for me.
Yeah.
And he'll build around it. And whether he threw an instrument in there I didn't like or he made it exactly how I liked it, I still rapped on it. You know what I mean? And, and a lot of people just knew me for rapping on Doc tracks. Like I sold a lot of his tracks. Like, damn, if he doing this on a Doc track, I know I could. You know what I mean? So that was bro.
Yeah.
That is bro. You know what I mean? Like, I still get a lot of production from Doc. Me and Doc still work to this day, even though I'm not saying that I'm still working. But we still working.
Okay, yeah. So all right. So around that time, to get your name out there for real. What was the hustle like? Was it burn CDs out of, you know what I'm saying, the trunk? Was that the hustle back then?
Yeah, it was. And that's crazy, right? Because it's such a time where it's so easy now. Like, like just I be imagining the grind that we had now. I mean, then with a little bit of money and promotion wise. As far as people who doing it right now with just internet. Yeah. You know what I mean? So just imagine if we had internet, like damn. But you know, if it was men, it was men. If it ain't, it ain't.
Almost I was gonna ask you that later on, but I do want to ask you how, like, you know what I'm saying, if you feel like you had the internet.
That's a different, because once MySpace and all that came along, it was a different ball game, and it really wasn't about the internet. Basically, it was about being first with it. You know what I mean? The first person or the first people on that wave were the ones. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of waves that we missed. You know what I mean? Like, because we was on them, and we all edging for the push, but everybody not on the same accord. So sometimes it don't work like that. But it was times where we could have been first to do some shit, you know what I mean? And we didn't pursue the situation correctly, and it ended up being
do you think
that on the table.
Do you think that sort of come from like being from Milwaukee and not really just, from that time it's sort of hard to get on. At the time, everybody that's sort of getting on is like, coming from some big states, Philly, New York, stuff like that. So do you feel like that was hard too, just being from a smaller city?
No, because dope is dope. You know what I mean? Dope is dope. Whether you, Ray Nitty, Ray Rizzy, not to name the big guy, not to name Cuckoo or nobody that really just had shit on 106 and Park and no shit like that. But Ray Rizzy and Ray Nitty like literally had songs that was getting played in places, you know what I mean, you wouldn't imagine. It's just they weren't what the people wanted at that time. Like, I think Ray Nitty was, though. I think Ray Nitty was above. Mm-hmm. He was above the expectation. And the plan just didn't get executed the right way because he was out of here. I was at was it the All-Star game? It was either an All-Star game or a Super Bowl weekend, and I was in California. This was years ago. And they was playing Bow. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn, they playing Bow in this motherfucker. You know, this is a premier nightclub in Hollywood. Like, mm-hmm. and they spinning Bow on a regular night. You know, this ain't, and I'm like, that's big.
Yeah.
And the song was like, Pass.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like, by then. We've been playing it by then. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't popping no more. Mm-hmm. And it was down there and it was spinning and they was jamming to it and it was just different. You know what I mean? Like, and Ray Rizzy had to go. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I just felt like, as far as music wise, maybe he chose the wrong songs to push or whatever because he had to go. Mm-hmm. He had to go. I heard his music in clubs that he weren't, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody in there saying play this and it's in another city, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah,
that's real. Okay, so around that time, like you mentioned Cuckoo Cow, when Cuckoo Cow got hot, he, you know what I'm saying, on BET, how do you feel like the atmosphere for Milwaukee was, like artists? Did y'all feel like everybody can start taking that next step after that?
We felt like Cuckoo opened the door. Mm-hmm. We felt like Cuckoo opened the door. If you was from Milwaukee and you was around at that time, you felt like Cuckoo opened the door and Baby Drew was gonna come in and steal the show.
Okay, yeah, I feel that.
You know what I mean? Like, mm-hmm. like he opened the doors. Oh shit, the world finna get a taste of this Baby Drew nigga. Mm-hmm. And when they get a taste of him, it's over. You know what I mean? And it just didn't work that way. You know what I mean? But that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Because once the world would have got a taste of this powder CD that our city was keen to, this was a hit CD, Project, solid. Mm-hmm. Not saying that Cuckoo's wasn't, but Baby Drew was different. You know what I mean?
He was different, most definitely.
And yeah, it just didn't work that way. Like, come to find out later on in life that Cuckoo really didn't have that passion for this music shit like that. You know what I mean? He was just good at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a thing in it too. Like, you can't expect to be great in something and you don't love it. You feel me?
That's a fact. That's something I see in sports a lot. Like,
yeah. It's a lot of talented guys, but if they don't love it, you know what I mean? That's defeats the purpose.
That's a
fact. It's like Ben Simmons. Fuck.
Yeah. You know Ben Simmons, that's a perfect example.
$40 million nothing. You feel me? For nothing.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. Ben Simmons, most definitely. So, all right, around that time, who you collabing with? In the, you know what I'm saying? Like, who you want to put your name out there? Who you collabing with?
At that time, everybody that's moving and grooving. Mm-hmm. If you was making noise in the city, we was definitely collabing. We was making, you know what I mean? Like, I was doing songs with Cuckoo and Baby Drew at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, if you was like a big artist, and big meaning back then was somebody who had motion. So, it's a lot of niggas that had motion in the city at the time. And I can say I collab. I can't say it was nobody that I missed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I probably collab with everybody who had motion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. And too, so all right, promote, because you know you do your promoting thing too. So clubs wise, where was y'all like performing at in? Like how the city was then?
At that point of time in my career, I would feel like promoting, I was basically not taking music as serious anymore. Okay,
all right. So that's a little bit later.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still, you know, running with the fact that this is my record label shit. But I can't say that the focus that I had was for music anymore. You know what I mean? If I'm promoting and I'm seeing a decent amount of money, because when I came into the promoting game, like we had a night and and it was a Tuesday night, and the night wasn't like the average night for the average promoter. Like I had a couple guys that was around me, and they was telling me how they threw parties and made such and such a bag at this party and this party, and I'm like, yeah, well, shit, we kind of popular too. We could let's give this a try. So we tried, and it wasn't successful out the gate, but it was somebody that passed. It was from Uptown, and they threw the party at our Tuesday night, and it sold out. It was like wall to wall, and every night after that was like solidified for Tuesday night, and we had like a great run for like 6 months. I could say I made about 100,000 in 6 months. Every Tuesday night fell on like a holiday, like Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was like what the fuck? Everything, you know what I mean? And it was just a blessing. And I'm like, damn, this is, this different. Like, fuck music. You know what I mean? Like, I'm making real money now. Like, I don't really need to do, no music. So my focus wasn't really on music. It was more focused on them clubs. But the clubs is a bankroll. Okay. Clubs is it's a bankrolling party. You know what I mean? It's a bankrolling party. Promotion shit was dope. I don't think I'm up for it no more. Like, cause I don't really like the clubs no more.
You sort of clubbed out. I mean, you done did your thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you done did your thing. So, all right, we still want to get back on the rapper side a little bit. You traveling state to state and, getting in tune with people. When did you, get in tune with Baby J and Rocco? And how did that come together?
Well, the Baby J and Rocco song was a song that Baby J was working on already, right? And he had this song, and he was already rocking it. Like, he was already doing this thing on it. He sent it out to Rocco. Got Rocco to jump on it. And then he was like, you know what? I'm going to put you on it. So he put me on it. I was like the third person put on it, but I wasn't the last. Because once we got to Atlanta, we hooked up with this one guy. And I don't want to not say his name, because he used to plug us. But I can't remember his name.
So he's
from Atlanta, though. And he was Rocco Man at the time, and Future Man. And what was his name? But he the one who plugged us with that. And he threw another one of his artists on the hook. You know what I mean? So we flew down there, shot the video or whatever, linked up with Rocco, kicked it a couple times in the club that weekend. That was about it. It really wasn't no like promotional package put behind the song or whatever.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna ask you too. Like, after that, was you like, trying to connect more out of state and get more connections in the industry, or that was just like that?
No, that was more of a lesson too, because I as far as the features go, like, I tell artists coming up, don't buy no features. Like, I'd rather you go buy some Jordans. Don't give these people your money, because the feature is useless. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, 9 times out of 10, the label not gonna clear it. You know what I mean? So just if you got some money to throw away, just to put on a mixtape or whatever, go ahead. But if the song blow up, then they gonna work it out, but you ain't gonna get no money, because they publishing gonna eat all the money up. So it's a lose-lose for the person that's spending the money. Okay. You know what I mean? If he want to give you a feature, then you take that feature. But if you spending your hard-earned money, don't buy no feature from an artist that's already solidified. They publishing gonna eat the song up.
Okay, man. That's true. That's some gems, because I don't rap, but I I would think, you know what I'm saying, if I had a little paper, I'd try to
don't do it.
Buy a feature like that. Oh, okay, yeah. So I didn't even know it worked like that.
Trust me, like with music, if you need to put somebody on the song, then maybe
you're not good enough. Maybe
you're not good enough.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe you're not good enough. Maybe.
So too, all right. You was starting off when you was rapping too. You was building your own record label.
Yeah.
So how did that start off? You started off with Troubled Souls, right?
Before Troubled Souls, it was the Rat Pack.
Okay, rap. Yeah,
Me
tell me
and
about
Tony
that.
Bonds and Colette. And we was, local rapping type shit, hitting parties, rapping or whatever. Then Shamrock came along. Him and Tone met in jail, and Troubled Souls was born. And yeah, that was the biggest. That was the biggest situation I was ever in, besides Fourth Coast. But Duffel Bag was our own entity.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, Troubled Soul was Shamrock and the conglomerate of a lot of niggas. You know what I mean? But Troubled Souls was what made everything possible. You know what I mean? Okay. Without Troubled Souls, nothing else is possible.
So I didn't know that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I was gonna ask. So Duffel Bag, that's your own thing.
Yeah. Once Troubled Souls, like, the members got indicted. Shit kind of fell for a couple years, and I had to keep going. You know what I mean? So we started Duffel Bag, and we pushed from there. It was me, Cheddar, Loud, JT, Baby John, Thad.
Oh, rip Thad.
R.I.P. Thad. Who else? I don't want to forget nobody's name. Did I say Loud? He was Casino then.
Oh, okay. He was Casino then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paper, Tony Bonds.
All right, going from Troubled Souls, how did you, what's the transition to Fourth Coast?
Troubled Souls to Fourth Coast. Well, let's say it was a transition from Duffel Bag to Fourth Coast.
Okay.
Because after the indictment, Troubled Soul never came back. You know what I mean? Like, it was only a few active artists still, and it was probably me and probably two other artists that was still active as far as Troubled Souls. So, like I said, when they got indicted, excuse me, I went to start the Duffel Bag shit with the guys from the ghetto, and that's what transitioned into Fourth Coast. I got a call from Money Eyes, who wanted me to meet with his manager, Boss D, and he had a plan that we all came together to one unity. You know what I mean? And let's just push like that. And I was with it, and I brought, whoever from Duffel Bag that was with the transition with me. You know what I mean? It was people that was on Duffel Bag that wasn't with the transition, you know what I mean, respectfully. So I had took about, I want to say about 5 Duffel Bag artists with me. And we all went to Fourth Coast. And that's when we united with, at the beginning, it was everybody. It was us, Young Major, Ray Rizzy, Baby Don Dada, Mikey V, Harvey Scales, Charm, Trap, Loud Pack, Baby John. Fourth Coast was big. It was a lot of us. I can't even name all them niggas. It was so many, you know, and there was so many females, you know, REG, formerly known as REG, they was known as Karma after that, but they came, it was the three of them. We had singers, Fees, yeah, we was deep.
So,
you know what I mean?
Overall, how you feel like that situation went? You know what I'm saying? Like for your music career.
It was a great time. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say it was a waste. It was a learning experience. You know what I mean? It was a great time. Mm-hmm. Made a lot of dope music, but I think we didn't capitalize off the situation. You know what I mean? Because at one point in time, we had some of the best in the city. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we didn't capitalize.
Okay. Well, so, all right, moving forward, you was one of the first people I seen, like, with a podcast and doing the podcast thing before, you know, it blew up like it did. Mm-hmm. Where did you come up with that, and tell me a little bit how that all came about.
Well, I was, I guess, in the studio with Doc Holliday, and he was always trying to get me to do some shit like that, you mm-hmm. know. And Doc put it in my head, you know, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna get Scales. Me and this nigga do great debates. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, we talk on the phone all the time to this day. And debate music and sports and shit, you know what I mean? And that's why I chose him. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you know, let's get a female. And that's how Bree came along. And that's how Smoke and Gossip was created. Yeah, we was at the studio on like 5th and Lincoln or something, like the 3rd, 2nd and Lincoln, you know, the warehouse buildings. Doc had a studio over there. Then we moved into the Fourth Coast building on Appleton. And then we moved into the Blackout building on Bradley before the pandemic hit. When the pandemic hit, it wasn't safe to really be around each other no more, you know, with our families and shit. Yep. You know, knowing. So that was the end of Smoke and Gossip. It was a lot of talks of bringing it back, you know, but Scales went and did his own thing, Slick Talk with Scales, whatever, you know. That was a good time too. That was a fun time. It was a learning experience. We met a lot of new people, interviewed a lot of the next up and coming artists, you know what I mean? And we actually interviewed Young Dro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was, like I said, it was a learning experience, and it was fun. It was fun, you know.
So did that help you tap in with, you know, some of the younger generation and younger artists that's coming up, or you was already in tune?
It helped me tap in. I'm in tune because I'm open. Like, I'm open for new shit. You know what I mean? Like, just because it ain't the usual don't mean it ain't the shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm always open for the new shit. So, you know, like, the podcast helped me understand a lot of the new hustle. You know what I mean? Like, rest in peace to Bankhead. Like, I didn't understand Bankhead until I met him. I feel you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I loved it. Loved it. I loved his City Boy freestyles. That shit was epic. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that shit was epic. I just didn't understand the comedy rapper. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he actually paved the way for that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, and now we got Big Frank. You know what I mean? For real. And That shit is blossoming. That shit is getting bigger and bigger, and that's all respect to Lil Dog. You know, rest in peace. But it helped you understand the new hustles. You know what I mean? That's a new hustle. That's the B. Jones. You know what I mean? Like, I respect that. I respect that. The Myrons. You know what I mean? The
Myrons, yeah.
The Myrons. Myron is a new comic from here without the comic that I'm gonna say without the basic comic formula. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he didn't get where he going telling jokes. You know, he got where he going from being funny. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's different. And back in the days, you was only able to do that in movies. You don't need movies now if you got social media. You know what I mean? Like, so it just helped you understand the new hustles. You know, once you meet a person and they tell you how that shit, like, damn, that's what's up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you be like, damn, what made you get into that? Yeah, facts. And I always wanted to ask you, the comedy lane, that ain't never a lane you wanted to get into? Because you funny yourself and people know crazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like, you missed your calling, man. Yeah, you funny as well. No, I'm just, you know, I ain't gonna say I'm not funny, but I'm just, I got a personality. You know what I mean? And I love to laugh. Yeah. Type shit, you know what I mean? I love comedy. You know what I mean? I don't think I could have been a comic, but I am funny. Yeah. Type shit. Hell yeah. Shit. I always wanted to know that. You most definitely got a lot of people tell me that. You got a great sense of humor always. Hell yeah. All right, so and around that time, that's 2019, right before the pandemic. So 2019 also you went through a tragedy, or it was around 2019. We lost Fatty P, your nephew Prince. In that loss, you made a dedication, album for him. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with your nephew Prince. You know what I'm saying? Tell the people a little bit about him. It was me and Prince was night and day. You know what I mean? But that was not my nephew. That was my brother. Like my sister, she's 10 years older than I am. Okay. And Prince was like, you know, we was raised together. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so I never looked at him as my nephew. I always looked at him as my brother, because Boots was my nephew. Like, he was a younger. Yeah. I could nephew. Yeah. I couldn't call him Fatty nephew. You're right. I ain't never seen that either. But yeah, you're right. But he was more like my brother. And we was just different people, you know what I mean? Like, what I thought was cool, he didn't think was cool, and you know what I mean? Yeah. And he was just different. I thought he was hilarious. Yeah, he was hilarious. I thought he was hilarious. He's just different, you know, from me. Yeah. That's all. Yeah. I want to jump perspective. I most definitely, I got the opportunity to, you know, catch a perspective from you know, like your other nephew, Boots, like you brought up, we was real close, so I got time to be around Fatty P, got his sense of humor and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. So, Fatty was the first true father I ever met that didn't have any kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, right. Like, damn, like, this nigga really love another nigga kids, you know, like, once he built that love with, I'm like, damn, you too close to them kids, ain't you? Yeah. But he was like that. You know what I mean? He loved the kids. Yeah. He loved the kids. He loved the cars. I really don't give a fuck about cars. You know what I mean? Ain't too fond of kids either. Yeah. And I can see what you mean by night and day, because, like, you know, I was lucky enough to catch both of y'all as I was younger, and y'all both was big homies. But like you said, it was most definitely two different people. Fatty was smarter than me. You know what I mean? Like, I give him that. He was smarter than me. Like, he picked shit up faster than me. You know what I mean? I knew more, but he was sharper. You know what I mean? Because he worked smarter, not harder. Type shit. So how was it, you know, creating that project for him? You know what I'm saying? Like, what all went to that? I mean, as far as the emotion that went behind it, I tried my best not to do songs about him. Yeah, I noticed that. I really just dedicated it to him. because I didn't want to be in that realm, you know, like it's like my mom passed like 2 years later, right?
Yeah.
And I had a song made, you know. I called my man Fees, gave him the beat. He wrote the hook, and the hook was just so, like, you know, so real. Like, I couldn't even rap on the song, you know what I mean? And I wrote verses to it, and I still couldn't rap on it. So to this day, I've been sitting on this song and never, you know what I mean? I just couldn't dedicate the song to her, and put the shit out. You know what I mean? It's just different. I mean, maybe being an artist, you supposed to, but it was just too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those thoughts, I'm not trying to bring those emotions out my family, you know what I mean? Like, some of the shit that I say might hit too close, you know what I mean? People don't really want to relive certain situations, you know what I mean?
That's real.
Then sometimes, you know, it's best to drop the shit, but it was just one of those songs that I was like, maybe I shouldn't do it.
Do you feel like even just writing it out and maybe recording, do you feel like that's
I wrote it out.
With you writing it out, do you feel like that's enough therapy for you sometime? Like you maybe not have to record it?
One day, I might just rap the shit. Yeah. You know, recorded it. Ain't no time limit on it.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? So, but it's been recorded since. So it's been recorded for 2 years now. And I haven't even thought to go record the song. You know, like I worked on other shit, and the projects that I'm working on right now, I don't consider that song as something I would want to put on there. It's just one of them touchy. I ain't with it.
Yeah, no, that's a touchy situation. I'm glad I got your input on that, for real.
Yeah.
So, all right, and on the album, I want to speak about one of the features you had, Loud Pack Larry, and y'all relationship. Tell me, you know what I'm saying? I've been seeing y'all together for years. Y'all do music together, everything. Give me a little bit of background on how y'all two like got together.
Well, that's like bro. You know, that's one of them niggas I grown to love. You know what I mean? Whether he right or wrong, he just one of them niggas that I fuck with. You know what I mean? He's smart, stupid at the same time. You know what I mean? It's a lot of them niggas. You know what I mean? Like Chauncey was like that. Chauncey was smart as fuck and stupid at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, he like that. But Loud Pack, he's articulate. I'm not articulate. You know what I mean? Like he's into fashion, that type of shit. I ain't into that type of shit. Like, you know, like I like to dress well, but I don't give a fuck about it. You know, he gonna find out who doing what and what's what. And get to the bottom of it. But that's the type of shit he on. But I fuck with Loud. Loud put me on a lot of shit. You know, Loud was my first internet. Yeah. You know what I mean? He put me on a lot of shit first. You know what I mean? He know the wave when it's coming. He be tapped in. He be tapped in for sure. Yeah, for sure.
So, all right, around, like, during the pandemic, around all that time, how did that, you feel like that affected you as, you know, an artist or just other venues that you was doing?
Pandemic, bring the pandemic back.
Oh, you want it back? Yeah, let's talk about it.
Man, bring the pandemic back. I mean, you know, rest in peace and all due respect to those who lost their loved ones in that terrible time. But as far as the economy, as far as the money, bring the pandemic back.
Thanks.
You feel me? Yeah. Niggas was eating, literally eating. You ain't had to do no PPP loan to eat. You did not. Don't let nobody tell you had to scam to get out that jam during the pandemic. No, you didn't. It was literally wide open. Like if you didn't get no money, you just one of those niggas that weren't supposed to have no money.
I feel that. And so you got a track. This on your next album, but you speak about it with the vaccine track. First off, with the video, I want to speak on that a little bit. Like you said, you real family oriented and stuff like that. So in that video, I see a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of your close family, you know, a lot of close friends, you in your neighborhood. Just tell me about that day a little bit and, you know, how that all came together.
Well, that song was one of those songs that niggas was like, you need to do some rap. So I hit up Doc for the beat. You know what I mean? I write the song. It probably took me a day to go back over there, record it. It was coming out on the next project. What was that?
Was that Blessed?
Blessed.
Yep.
And after we recorded the track, we felt that should be the first video that I shot. All due respect to what was going on at the time and people really didn't trust the vaccine.
No.
And that was my whole point of making the song. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, it was
we
a
don't
different
trust
time.
shit. You know what I mean? So people don't trust the vaccine. Like, and then I mean, if I would have knew what I knew now, I'd have got deeper into it as far as the metaphor with it, knowing that the fuck you getting a vaccine for if you still can get sick.
Exactly.
It's like why would I get the flu vaccine if I can get the flu?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
The flu vaccine, you catch the flu.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I could literally get the vaccine and go catch the disease.
That's a fact.
The virus in a month. It makes no sense.
Yeah,
like,
that don't.
And
that was a weird time
got
too.
Millions and millions of people to go get this vaccine. I got the vaccine. I'm like, what the fuck?
Did you still catch it after?
Of course.
Yeah. Same way. I didn't take the shot. I didn't get the vaccine shot, but I did. When I thought I had this shit, I felt as sick as I ever did in my life. I ended up testing negative still, but I know it had to be something like that around that time.
I had to get it. I had to get it for Rolling Loud.
Okay.
Couldn't get it Rolling Loud without the vaccine card.
Yeah, so I bet that affected you a lot with your traveling, because I know you travel and stuff like that. So
they wouldn't let us in Rolling Loud without the vaccine card, so we had to get the vaccine for that. But as far as the vaccine, I went and got those shots for absolutely nothing. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
If they still want you, please don't get the vaccine. Please. It makes no sense.
Hey, y'all heard it first, man.
What the fuck is we getting the vaccine for?
That's real shit. Hey, pandemic still. But you dropping an album around that time. How was that for you? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a lot going on, but you dropped Blessed. What went into that? And was that difficult to create with, you know, the pandemic going on?
No, the reason I dropped Blessed is because I was getting some money. I had a motivation, like, you know what I mean? Like, if when you feeling good, you doing good. You know what I mean? And that's the best time to make your music. Like, I'm not a ride wave type rapper, so I don't make sad music. I don't express, you know, hardship on records. I express the party. I express the fun. I express the right now on records. You know what I mean? And that was definitely a time where I felt myself, like, yeah, fuck you mean? You know what I mean? I can go buy a Hellcat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You feel me? Like,
yeah. So, all right, on top of that, then you start building your clothing line with Blessed. So that all goes together. Where did you start coming up with your clothing? Was you in the works of that before the album?
Yeah, actually, Loud told me to start the clothing line a long time ago. It was gonna be a imprint of the Loud life. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let you have the weed lane. so you can cater to that. Now I cater to a whole different, you know. So I felt like I could cater to the streets and the church and the regular folks with just blessed, because everyone wants to be blessed. Everybody's looking for a blessing. You know what I mean? And that was the prospect that I saw of it. Like, yeah, that would be a good angle to attack as far as who I'm, you know, marketing my clothing to. And then I got a partner. You know, you probably didn't know it because he was not as active as I was pushing the label, because he don't have that many friends on Facebook. But my man JB, he was my partner. We still doing it, you know. Yeah. I still got clothes.
I was gonna say, yeah. Should we be expecting some stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some hoodies. I just don't know when I'm gonna drop them, but I got them already, and they got a whole new, you know, whole new labels and all that on them. So you'll see them.
Come back.
Coming soon. I still got some of those anti-swisher sweet clubs.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Oh, I remember those. Okay.
So, anti-swisher. Come shop with me.
Yeah.
See me.
All right, too. All right. Well, I do want to get into like just your perspective on how the rap scene is right now. It's on a whole different level. We got TikTok.
It's on that level.
Yeah, social media and like
it's
Milwaukee.
On that level.
We done blew
Milwaukee
up.
Turned up.
Yeah, we turned up. So, what's your opinion? How proud is you of the city right now?
Milwaukee turned up. Shout out to the rising stars. These people are stars. They is about to see what we should have saw, and I love it. Like, shout out to Chicken and that whole wave. Shout out to all the little young chicks, that whole wave. Shout out to the rappers, Party at 4 them, all them waves. Y'all got a wave, and it's crazy. Like, Milwaukee is definitely a go-to as far as a talent search. You know what I mean? Like, we got our own sound, and I'd never seen Milwaukee with its own culture before until now. Like, got our own everything. They got their own dances. Yeah. They got their own speech. They got their own way of talking. They got their own comedy lanes. They got Milwaukee just doing his own thing, you know what I mean? And they setting trends, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of niggas that got that Bay Area Detroit flow, but it's a gang of them that got that, that clap, that certified trapper is a Milwaukee sound. Like, that shit nowhere else. You feel me? Those claps that's Milwaukee. That shit is definitely, you know what I mean? That's the new wave. Like, whether they like it or not, you got to respect that shit, and that's what's gonna get them kids up out this motherfucker. Yeah. They need you old niggas to back that shit. While y'all sitting up there talking about some shit foul. That's the new sound, man. It's the new sound. This is the new dance. Facts. They ain't burger bouncing no more, man. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So it's best to support it. Yeah,
they got a culture. It's, you know, the best part of the culture is being creative. And seeing what Milwaukee done with the creativity of the culture here is dope. Like, that's the whole reason of hip hop, like, to create more culture, you know what I mean? And they doing it. Like, I hate to say it, but that Kia shit is a part of the culture.
That was something I was gonna ask you.
You know what I mean?
Too.
Like, that shit a part of the culture.
Even negative or not, that was a big impact. They doing that around the world right now.
Yeah, the Kia boys is not that deep.
Yeah.
But if you stole a Kia, you are a Kia boy. You know what I mean? Like, around the world. Yeah. Kia boys, if that was the case, Kia boys is the biggest fucking gang. You know what I mean? That ain't no fucking Kia boys. That's a bunch of motherfuckers stealing Kias because they're easy to steal, and Hondas. And, I mean, that's a part of the culture. They listen to that music. They jamming in y'all cars while they cruising, tearing y'all shit up. That's their culture. I hate to say it, but that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I did want to ask you, because everybody, like you said, some people be not ready to accept everything that come with the new culture.
You got to,
even myself. I feel like
whether you agree with it or not, you got to accept it because it's a part of the culture.
Yeah. Okay, that's the best way. I feel you. Okay. Two, before I let you out of here, I want to speak about the 3-wheel bikes up in Milwaukee.
Shout out to my gang. We don't slide.
They doing it real big now with the 3-wheel bikes in Milwaukee, but you was one of the first I seen.
Shout out to everybody else. Ray was the first I seen. Well, Ray wasn't the first I seen. Ray was the first I seen from my hood.
Okay.
And I got on Ray bike when he first got it, and he let me hit a corner on it. I went around the corner. I said, I'm getting one of these.
Yeah.
And it's just a ride that, if you get on a 3-wheeler, you're gonna go get one. So that's it. If you get on a 3-wheeler, you're gonna go get one. Yeah. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you where that came from, because
shout out to the gang, 3-wheel motion, and shout out to the other gangs out there. You know what I mean? I don't know the other gangs like that, but I know 3-wheel motion, and we gonna slide. Yeah, you know what I mean. So
they be through the city, man.
Yeah, they fuck with us every year. We do the Juneteenth parade. Shout out to motivating our youth. Then we not getting chartered though. See the bikes. The 2-wheelers want to make you charter. They want to.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't want to abide by them rules. We on some renegade.
I feel that
Chicago BD shit. So, so we don't want to get out. We want to do our own thing.
Yeah, well, you most definitely one of the first people I seen, and now it's sort of turned up through the city with that. Yeah, and like you said, that's another thing that the city done added on to the culture a little bit. Like they
shout out to the gang, man. We a part of the culture.
Hell yeah.
Niggas riding around listening to Milwaukee music, loud as hell on 3-wheeler, man. That's part of the culture, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, that's real shit.
Serve that shit raw.
So too, with all that, you know what I'm saying, all you got going on, I know one of the most important things in your life is fatherhood.
Yes. So
just tell me a little bit about fatherhood. I know, like you said in the beginning, you was raised with both your mother and father. So just tell me, your perspective and how's fatherhood for you.
Well, like young boy said, man, I ain't big on fatherhood. I ain't big on it. But we all got to do it. So, I mean, like at the end of the day, I believe in raising my kids. You know what I mean? Like, to the best of my ability, because I can't put the blame on my kid for not knowing certain shit when I should have been the one that told. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be keen and know what's going on today. Like I noticed, like with my parents, like they were slow and sleep on me. You know what I mean? Like I don't think we supposed to be slow and sleep on our kids. I was able to run circles around them. You know what I mean? And their way of thinking was the old way, and it kind of made me mad because it seemed like they were more scared of white folks. Like they ain't too far off the slavery. You know what I mean? But they was so fearful of white people. You know what I mean? Like, the white folks gonna lock you up. The white folks get a hold of you. Ain't nothing you can do, which is true. You know what I mean? But that fear that they tried to instill in me of white folks, I just wasn't feeling that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's a new day, and we need to know that for our kids, it's a new day. You know what I mean? The shit that like I was just telling you when we first started this interview, like how easy it was to become a felon. Now you get away with so much. Now, you know what I mean? Like, you got to know that with time comes evolution, and everything gets bigger, smarter, better. You know what I mean? So, just imagine you being raised with a tablet. Oh, yeah. Imagine having a tablet. Like, how could you have a tablet back then and then go to school and you knowing that this teacher is telling me some shit teaching me some shit that's not true. Like You know what I mean?
That's
like,
real, yep.
And we just got to be on top of it. Like, you keeping your kids at a bay by not teaching them the financials of life. You know what I mean? Like, we just letting everybody just grow up and live. No, you got to teach them about finances, teaching them about what to do with this money. You know what I mean? Because everybody can get some money. You know what I mean? But what to do with the money? People don't tell their kids. Black people don't tell their kids enough. I ain't gonna say not all, but enough. What to do with the money, and you know what I mean? And you could be a boss way before 40-something years old. You don't have to work the American dream. Who wants? I ain't never wanted no picket fence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, that's real shit.
You know, the American dream ain't the American dream for all of us. You know what I mean? My American dream might be shit retiring at 25 years old.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I want to retire at 25. I want to be straight then. I don't want to be working all my life and then have to live off a Social Security check. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's not in everybody's, you know, that's not in everybody's timeline. And you got to teach your kids. The more your kids know, the smarter they'll be, and the more advanced they will have, I would say, a head start on a better situation. You know what I mean? Like, because if you working every day, because as a child, my mama just told me I had to have a job to take care of myself. You know, like, just get you some money so you can go buy what you want. She ain't never said, well, stack it and you know. But
where you create financial gain for real.
Yeah. So now it's put a little something to the side. You know, like, put something to the side.
Yeah.
Put some, because you never know. Like, in life, you never know, like, what might happen. Like, black folks, I ain't gonna say black folks, young folks. Why don't they get, like, life insurance?
Man.
Like, it's like dying is the easiest shit to do.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to be a burden? Why motherfuckers got to make food in order to bury you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why we got to sell dinners and post to bury you? You know what I mean? This should be some shit that we all already know.
Yeah.
You know, like, fuck, where we hide? Why was we looking for the life? Why was we looking for why are we looking for the life policies?
Oh, okay.
Why don't we know where they at?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, black folks hide this shit. Like, somebody gonna steal a life.
Yeah. Yeah, you right.
Put this shit in the drawer, man. Ain't nobody gonna touch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or put it somewhere safe that everybody knows. Like, cause we so keen to thinking that, I don't know, I think my parents had the slave mentality. You know, like, our parents, the older, if they was brought up in the 70s and 60s and 50s, and they got the slave mentality. You know what I mean? They really wasn't bucking the system.
Yeah.
We was, oh, fuck them. You know what I mean? For real. And now them, they really like, fuck, motherfuck them. They'd kill them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For real. And it's different. So you just got to teach them so that they learn the shit they supposed to learn. You know what I mean? Like, why do I want my child to go to school to learn some shit that's not true when I could tell them everything they about to learn and then some? But I'm gonna give it to them to the point where when they done doing this, it be straight.
Yeah.
Like, out of high school.
Out of high school,
Out of high school, you'll be straight. You know what I mean? You ain't got to go to college. You can do college part-time.
Man, especially right now in this day and age, you can most definitely, you don't need, I mean, college cool, don't get me wrong, but you can make a way for yourself, just, you know what I'm saying, with find a passion and really promoting yourself through the internet too as well. So, like,
I used to tell my son all the time, like, you like video games and shit, let me buy you a camera. Shoot videos. That's what's popping. You know, that's what's gonna be in.
Yep.
Shoot videos. Get some money. He just never You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, can I make them do it? Nah. But can I tell them about it? Yeah. So that's what I do. You know what I mean? And that's all you can do.
Yep.
So.
And you right on just telling them, because I know even with me when I was younger, people done told me a million stuff. And I'm 32 right now. I'm starting to listen now a little bit. So sometimes it take a minute, but as long as you plant that seed, they'll catch on to it sooner or later.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about having options. Like everybody wants to be, not everybody wants to be rich. A lot of people just want to be well off. And you can be well off, man. You just need the right, what can I say? The right hustles for you. All you need is 5 of them. 5 of them. You might not be rich, but you will be well off with 5 hustles. Whether it's a job, side videos, on top of that, you selling t-shirts, you cutting hair, you doing some 5 hustles. You need 5 shots of income to make some real money. So you know what I mean? That's the average person.
Yeah.
Get you 5 hustles.
Would you feel is like a good age for kids to be on social media? Because this sort of new for us. It grew in our era.
Now, I ain't no expert in that, because my child is 4, just turned 5, and I let her play with the tablet, all day.
Most definitely.
If she wants, But I do monitor what she sees, know. Yeah, basically. I can't say what age would be appropriate, because, I was born before the YouTube, and she's born during, and we really ain't seen the effects yet.
That's what I'm saying. It's new to us as all parents. We all sort of learning this at the same time, because, and like you said, we got 2, 3-year-olds now able to work a phone, work a tablet. Yeah. So it's a different time now, you know what I'm saying? So, and best. So, all right, before I let you get out of here, should we be expecting any more music coming soon?
Well, I normally drop April 15th every 2 years. Okay. So this year I will be dropping April 15th. Yeah. Fatty P birthday. Release some music this year. So if you fuck with me. Yeah. You already know. All my shit be on YouTube, Apple Music, Pandora, all that shit. So.
Yeah, and the last tape you dropped, I wanted to speak on that, the OG status. Yeah. So, should we be expecting any videos from that, or are you moving on to the next project?
I don't know. Good thing about music, you always can go back and shoot a video.
You can, most definitely.
So, I don't know. Yeah, that's about it. If you fuck with me, if you're a fan of my music, April 15th, I will be dropping some more music. Shout out to the up and comings. Yeah. Shout out to all the up and coming artists. I fuck with y'all. With y'all. Shout out to battle rap. I fuck with battle rap tough.
Oh yeah, I fuck with battle rap too. Hell yeah. Shout out to battle rap. Can you give your information on social media if they want to, come holler at you, do a song, anything, any business?
Sport Riding on Instagram. Sport_riding on Twitter. Yeah, that's about all you should be looking for me on. But yeah, that's about it. Those are my handles that I'm willing to give up. You fit?
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate your time, man. We got a true legend in the building.
100 respect.
My boy Spoil, man. And this channel, we about to keep on growing. Hopefully, I have you back on again. We're going to have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, shout out, man. Hopefully, I'm, just one of the first few that get to sit on the pea green couch, man. To come up, we be sitting on leather, man. Next time
most definitely, we going to do that.
For real.
Love y'all, JBTV.
For sure.